A lot of times it's just fear that doesn't allow you to change your lifestyle. And I'm here to tell you that you do not have to be afraid, okay? What's up, Morgan gang? This is Morgan Marie. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a part of the gang, hopefully you've already subscribed. If you read the title of this video, then you already know what you're here for. You may be wondering, what is raw vegan? You may have heard of it. You may be interested in learning more about it. You may be raw vegan now. You may be looking into fasting or starting a challenge where you only eat raw vegan foods. Whatever it is, I'm glad that you've made it. I'm glad that you landed upon this channel, and we're just gonna get started. So you guys, I was going to write some notes down on what to talk about and just some bullet points and headers, that way that I could have like a nice little guide to what I wanted to talk about. I love to talk, y'all, so we can talk for a long time about this journey and about a lot of different stuff, but I did not write any notes, so I'm going to try my best to keep it short and concise. I have thought about some things that I want to talk to you all about. I didn't get any questions before this video because when I posted my success after ending this journey, I told everyone just to watch out for this video. So I wanted to get it up to you all as soon as possible. I also want to do a shameless plug right now for this beautiful sweater that I have on. It's a cutout sweater. This sweater is called the Portia, and it is available on my website, my clothing store, misseastatl.com. Guys, I just try to say www, but who says that anymore? Like, tongue twister. Yeah, so Miss East ATL is my clothing brand, and if you don't know, then go ahead and check out my website. I'll have the link down below. But yeah, I just have on this beautiful sweater turtleneck, and it has a cutout in it, and it is also a leotard. There's only a small left in the black, and there's also only smalls left in the cream color, which is also very pretty. It's perfect for the season right now. We're in November. What I came on here to talk to you all about is that I did a 30-day raw vegan journey. And this is not something that was new to me. I found out about raw vegan, honestly, for the first time at the beginning of quarantine, 2020. Around March, I came across somehow, I think on YouTube, a raw vegan woman. Her name is Fully Raw Christina, and she just has such a great spirit. So I'm really glad that somehow she came up in my feed and I found her. And once I found her journey to be very fascinating. She's been raw vegan for several years. I don't know the number, but I'm sure it's over 10 years. She lives in Hawaii, and she just lives a beautiful plant-based raw vegan lifestyle. It was just very inspiring to me because everything that she eats and prepares is so bright and colorful, and it really did look appetizing. And at the beginning of quarantine, after I got out of like the immediate rut that first week, and that scare that they kind of inflicted upon us, the following week, I just decided that, you know what? I am living in Los Angeles, and I am a professional dancer, actress, and I want to stay active. And I know that staying active will keep my mind well. I just decided that I was going to exercise every day and eat healthy. At this time, in 2020, I definitely had been living on my own, so I had already practiced like how to eat healthy, how to lose weight, how to be physically fit. I had already had like several years of practice in that, about 3 or 4 years. But before that, I was in college. So the college diet, unless you're just a healthy person coming in, is not too great. And before that, living at home, my mom really did bake a lot of food. So it wasn't that I ate unhealthy. She never kept snacks in the house. I just had never gone to this extreme, I guess you can say. I fasted before. That's another good point. I have fasted before. The first time that I ever fasted was as an adult when I lived in New York City, and I attended a church and I was a part of a dance ministry, and I had to fast for 3 days. We did the Daniel fast. That was like in 2018. We did a fast and we could choose what variation of the fast that we wanted to do. At the time, I think I had just gotten over the flu. So I still had mucus in my system, and I was going to do like a completely dry fast, which would mean that I wouldn't eat any food and I wouldn't drink any beverage, including water, for 3 days straight, 72 hours. But at the time, I decided to do just water because I wanted to like clear out my system since I was just coming over sickness. And also I was just a little bit intimidated by going completely dry, just a tad bit. Cause me, if I stick my mind to something, then I'm really gonna do it for the most part. So it wasn't like super intimidating, but I just knew that I wanted to have some water. So I did. That journey really just opened me up to the idea that I can restrict myself. I can limit myself from my cravings and my indulgences. I remember my mom asked me like, what is your guilty pleasure or something like that? And I think it's eating, like, especially living alone. Like there are times where I go out and get lots of fast food, and I have friends who are like, oh, you eat fast food, and really look down upon it. But yeah, I ate fast food growing up, and I ate fast food in college, and living in New York City, it was not always convenient to cook all the time. So if there was a fast food place nearby while I was walking home or walking to my next event or whatever, then I would pick up fast food there. Now, luckily in New York, there were a lot of great like bowl places and stuff like that. And then of course you have the corner stores. But that's just to give you a little background of my journey, my eating journey, my healthy eating journey. And after my initial fast of 3 days, which was very extreme, it's the most extreme fast that I've ever done, I decided in around March, April to do my own month fast where I just ate seafood, fruits, vegetables, and drank water. I remember I had a little tiny bit of orange juice when I really, really craved something sweet to drink. But besides that, I just kept it very strict, and I think I was working out mostly every day of the week. And I was trying to take dance classes. This was while living in New York City. So I've done pretty extreme fasts before, and oh goodness, that 1 month fast, I mean, I saw working out and eating healthy or changing your diet completely, it definitely changed my whole physical appearance completely. I have tried various things. I have tried so many different things. Moving to California, you know, my body just adapted in so many different ways. I had allergic reactions to so many different things like seafood. I was eating mostly seafood, a pescatarian diet when I lived in New York City before I moved to LA. But then when I moved here, I started breaking out in hives from head to toe from seafood, and then also from dairy. I became lactose intolerant. There were just a lot of changes that were happening, I think, from moving all the way across the country, but then also from getting older. So I decided that I wanted to do something about it. I wanted to figure out what was going on with my body and how I could best nourish it. And I have not gone to a doctor yet to take any allergy tests or anything, but I do plan on doing that. That brings me to now. We are now in 2022, and I decided that I wanted to do a 30-day raw vegan journey. And this was after just feeling like I've been working out, I've been staying physically active with dance and other things, and I've been eating mostly healthy. I would say around September is when I was just kind of like, I gotta do something about this, because when I went home to Atlanta in May, I was there for my little brother's graduation, and we had numerous photos, and I just looked swollen. In my opinion, I looked very swollen. I knew that I was heavy, the heaviest that I've ever been. So I think, I'm not sure how much I weighed when I moved to LA. Weight had never really been a thing for me, but once it starts spiraling out of control, it should become a thing for you. That's what I told myself, you know, and I'm telling you guys this because it's so important. I think once you kind of get a grip on where you are in life, and you kind of look at yourself in the mirror or look at some pictures and you just kind of see, like, I think that there's one thing to be a little bit overweight, but then there's also this thing that I've noticed about myself where I just felt swollen. And when I was looking at those pictures, I looked swollen, like my face looked swollen. Like I was just noticing that my midsection was just like bigger than the rest of the frame of my body. You know, I just was heavy, and I weighed myself somewhere around my birthday in March and stuff. And I know that I was like over 180, but I'm just like, I don't think that this is a good thing. And then not only that, like I said, I didn't feel well and I looked swollen. So that's just not a good look. And I promise you, I'm very active. There are times where I have stints of not being active. They don't last much longer than like 2 weeks, but I'm very, very active. So like when I do decide to get super active, I'm working out, I'm dancing, I'm hiking, I'm doing a lot of different things. And I just hadn't seen, since I had reached this point of like 180, my weight dropped below that. And it was just very concerning for me. Now, I do have a history of different sicknesses like diabetes and cancer in my family. So anytime that I do decide to like fast or, you know, get active or just do something a little bit different so that I can help out my body and stuff, I'm always thinking about my family history, and I'm thinking about my future self. I'm thinking about, this is something that I think about. I think about, if I weigh this much now, when I have 2 or 3 or 4 kids like I want to have, how much will I weigh after that? You know what I mean? And some people lose weight after pregnancy, and some people gain their weight and it's hard for them to get it off. But I think about those things. I think about the fact that I'm getting older. I think about, you know, having children, having a husband, wanting to be healthy and wanting to be able to take care of my family and to be in my healthiest state, or as healthy as I could be as I'm taking care of my family, and being able to be a representation of good health and a healthy lifestyle for my children and my family. So this brings me to why I did this. That's one reason. So one reason is that I want to lose weight. Another reason is that I found that, like I said, I wasn't seeing many changes by being super active. And I know I've heard before that 80% of your health is attributed to what you do in the kitchen, your diet. The other 20% is how active you are. Now, for me, I think what tends to happen in my lifestyle is that it flip-flops. So I do 80% of activity, but then 20% of the time I'm eating healthy. The other 80% of the time, I want to cook this recipe that I see that's very indulging, or comforting, or I am so busy that I'm just going to stop by wherever fast food to get some foods, you know. And I don't really go out like with friends to brunch and stuff like that like I used to in New York City, but even then I was able to walk it off. But yeah, that's typically how my lifestyle has been, just 80% physical activity and then 20% of healthy eating. And I knew that's not like my mindset when I went into raw vegan, but I knew that that needed to change. And I knew that I needed to have a better emphasis on my eating habits. That's the second reason. My first reason is, sure, weight loss. I won't, you know, people will probably say like, oh, you just wanted to lose weight, whatever. Because I think with the term vegan is so often attributed to like saving animals and doing better for the environment, and also, you know, making sure that you're healthy. But a lot of vegans don't eat healthy. So a lot of times when I'm dieting or fasting, I'm doing it in the most healthy way. You know, I'm not saying, okay, well, let's go vegan for the month and go to Whole Foods and get all the vegan cookies, all the vegan brownies, eat vegan mac and cheese, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what I tend to do when I diet or fast. I tend to really eat very healthy. Or if I just have a long period of time where I am eating healthier, I roast my vegetables. I'll eat a salad. I didn't typically eat salads, but I make lots of smoothies. You know what I mean? I eat oatmeal. Like, I'll eat healthy, bananas, fruits. I'll eat healthy when it's time for me to. So it was just coming to a time where I was just like, okay, I'm not losing weight. I have been doing all this physical activity and not really seeing a difference. I definitely can say that I saw some differences in my body, but it wasn't anything extreme. And there was something that occurred in my family where someone is sick, and it just really changed my mindset a lot. There are things that you want someone that you love to do to change and better their lifestyle. But at a certain point, I think my mom helped me understand that, you know, if someone's telling you that there's nothing that can be done, or, you know, not saying that it is, but something is terminal or whatever the case may be, you know, it's kind of like up to the person. I think it's a little selfish of relatives and people to think, like, to say like, oh, you should do this and you should be doing that and you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that. So I kind of had to take a step back from doing that, because I feel like I do agree with my mom in that if something life-changing happens to you and you only had X amount of time to live, or you knew that you weren't doing well and you were deteriorating, what is it that you would want to do in your final days? And just living, I know that for every individual person, that's going to be something else. Like, if you ask someone, if today was your last day to live, what would you want to do? It's probably not going to be eat carrots, you know, garden, and grow some nice vegetables so that I can eat some organic foods and make a big salad and a smoothie. Like, no. You know what I mean? I think that just inspired me to just change the way that I eat, you know, and to see what I can do to better my health, and to see, because a big thing for me is finding out, okay, what will I actually enjoy? You know what I mean? So if I experiment with this challenge or this journey for a period of time, I'm sure I'll be able to find some new recipes that I really enjoy, because the first time that I did this was for a week long. And I was able to find things that I enjoy, and I was able to get a better understanding about why this is beneficial for me. Another reason why I decided to do this is because I came across a YouTube video that said I only ate raw vegan for 30 days. And I cannot remember the YouTuber's name, but I will try to tag it right here. She was a beautiful Black girl, okay? So that drew me in. I was just like, okay, I know Fully Raw Christina, and I typically hear a lot of vegans are, well, growing up, I would say, some of the white kids that I went to school with, they were vegan. I've also learned that, you know, different cultures like Indian culture, Caribbean cultures, different cultures kind of cook more vegan dishes. Ethiopian, like, there are certain cultures that just tend to cook more vegan related dishes. So that's great. But growing up in America as a Black American, that's just not typical. You know what I mean? It's not typical. It's not to say that when I was growing up, when I was a kid, there weren't any vegans, because I can't always remember that there were one or two vegetarians or vegans. Just seeing a Black girl say, look, I did raw vegan for 30 days. I was like, click, you know, no brainer. When I watched her story, it was just really fascinating. Now, she worked out during her journey. Me, I stopped. So here's why I did not work out while I did this 30-day journey. I didn't work out because I do not have time on my hands still to this day. The holidays are approaching. They are upon us, actually. Today is the day after Thanksgiving, and I have just been grinding it out, okay? The economy is inflated. and rent has gone up, gas prices have gone up. So I really just have been putting in work, keeping my head down and grinding. And because what I do is sedentary, I sit down for the majority of the time, it just does not help with trying to lose weight. You know, it doesn't. And it's also hard for me to find time to work out, to be active. Like, there was a month this year where I just was super active. So I would wake up, run, and then work out and stretch, and then I would take a dance class. And in order for me to do all of those things and take showers in between, it would take up at least 6 to 8 hours of my day. And I just don't have time for that right now. So that is definitely another reason why I decided to do this. And I'm so glad that I did. And when I decided to do it, it was a random day. It was November 19th. And I typically start all of my challenges and fasts and everything on like the first of the month, or at least the Monday. But October 19th was a Wednesday. And the day before, I was just like, you know what, Morgan, once you get these groceries, let's just go ahead and start this raw vegan thing. All right, guys, I'm starting my raw vegan journey randomly on October 19th. I'm gonna try to do 30 days, and this is my weigh-in. I'm really proud of myself. 181? Wow.
Please remove all items from scanner scale. Welcome, valued customer. Place item in bag or cart, then scan next item. If you have your shopper's card, scan it now. Enter your item 1.
Jump right in because I had already done this at the beginning of quarantine, in the beginning of COVID. I did it for a week. I've had some practice in it before and I really enjoyed it. I remember it being super easy to do 7 days of raw vegan after having already eaten hot, whole fruits and vegetables. You know what I mean? Cooked, I should say. I felt really great in that time period, and that's just what inspired me to jump right in because I knew that it wasn't going to do me any harm. I think that's very important because I think a lot of times what happens with switching your lifestyle is that you're just so accustomed to what you know. You know what I mean? Like, you're just so accustomed to what you know, and what people know is so different, especially nowadays. There's all kinds of diets. People don't eat meat, only eat chicken and seafood, are completely vegan, just don't eat red meat and pork, you know what I mean? And then once you grow accustomed to that, it's just comfortable. So I think a lot of times there is fear around changing your lifestyle. And for me, the best times for me to show myself that there's nothing to be afraid of. This is actually good for you. This is actually beneficial for you. Have been in times where I fasted for 3 days, a week, a month. Those times were times when I attributed it more to a spiritual journey and wanting to grow as a person and achieve certain goals. Some people know what fasting is. It's taking away something that you know that you indulge in, overindulge in, or that's consuming too much of your life, and focusing your energy on something else, whether that be your spirituality and religion, or, you know, just bettering yourself, reading more books, exercising more, just doing other things that you know will empower you and better you. A lot of times it's just fear that doesn't allow you to change your lifestyle. And I'm here to tell you that you do not have to be afraid, okay? Because the good thing about doing something for 7 days or 30 days or even a year is that there's always tomorrow. Like after the week is done, then you have the following week. After the month is done, then you have the following month. You know what I mean? Just give it a try. Because someone said, I think they were speaking to Oprah, they were just like, just try to implement one plant-based meal in your day, you know? And that, just to be easy and straightforward, could just be a salad. Or for breakfast, it could just be a smoothie with the side of fruit or something like that. You know what I mean? Instead of eating eggs, bacon, and pancakes. You know, and everybody doesn't eat that every single day, but yeah, that's a simple way to start. So I'm definitely here to encourage you all. My journey, it actually ended off pretty challenging, but for the most part, I mean, for the first like 20 days, I was just cruising. I had found a couple of recipes and things that I wanted to eat. The girl that I'm referring to had recommended that I eat purple or red grapes and squeeze lime juice on them. Supposedly, this is a good combination. So, we shall see. Honestly, it sounds pretty good. Put a lot on here so I can taste it really quickly. It tastes good. It just kind of makes the grape pop a little bit, but supposedly it's really healthy. It tastes really darn good. It kind of tastes like you're eating like, I don't know, some sort of candy, like Skittles. It's giving Skittles. Really good. Oh my goodness, that was so good. To me, this is a little extreme. It reminded me of Skittles. Like if you ever put a green and a purple Skittle in your mouth, that's what it reminded me of, but in a very robust and vibrant way. Like that, I will always do a great snack. Red and purple grapes with lime juice. I also enjoyed Mediterranean salads. When I typically make salads, I usually make Mexican style or taco salads with corn and black beans and grilled onions and grilled peppers and, you know, sour cream. I usually put like a Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. Just, you know, whatever. If I'm eating meat, some little meat, maybe some cheese, whatever. If I'm not, then just keep it all vegetables. Pico de gallo, guacamole, that's what I like. I love, if I'm going to a salad place, I'm looking for the Southwest salad. However, I really grew accustomed to really enjoying the Mediterranean salads that I made. Okay guys, so I'm making lunch, dinner is like 5 o'clock right now. I'm hungry, so I'm about to make a Mediterranean salad. As you can see, it's really called a Balela salad. I just saw a video on it on Instagram not too long ago, so I saved it, and I've just really been liking Mediterranean salads during this raw vegan journey, which I'm glad that I found that out, because now I know what to order when I go out. Chickpeas, I know for a fact, beans and chickpeas are both vegan, but when you consider raw vegan, I'm not sure, but I know for a fact that Fully Raw Christina uses chickpeas. I think what she does is she soaks them herself, but these are canned chickpeas, and I'm assuming that because chickpeas can be used in raw vegan diet, then black beans should be able to be used in raw vegan diet too. I think they just soak them in water for long hours and periods of time, but I just have canned for both, but it's fine because it's healthy and I'm losing weight. So this is what I have. I rinsed off my spring mix lettuce, and I'm just gonna put this in my salad bowl. This is like the biggest bowl that I have. Let me show you guys what I have. I have mixed spring mix salad. I have cherry tomatoes, which I diced up. I have a jalapeno, which I keep using over and over again. That's why it looks a little shriveled up. I have chickpeas that are from the can. I have black beans that are from the can, red onions that I sliced, and cucumbers. regular English cucumbers that I chopped. And I'm about to make my dressing right now. So I have olive oil, which is inside of this cute little Paris olive oil bottle. I have some apple cider vinegar, salt, pepper, lemon for lemon juice, and she used fresh herbs for this, but I only have dried dill and dried parsley. She used fresh dill, fresh parsley, and fresh mint. I do not have dried mint or mint at all. And so I'm going to use cardamom. This tasted really good the last time I made a Mediterranean salad. I sprinkled that on top, so I'm going to do that again. I'm going to put that in my dressing. Now, making these dressings has been a task, guys, because I have not done my best. So I'm going to put in a little bit of olive oil. Cloves, we love garlic. Hope and pray. I just put kind of like 3 in there. Okay, so I just added half of a jalapeno, 3 garlic cloves, probably like 1/4 of a cup of olive oil. I'm about to add as much of this juice as I possibly can from this lemon. Just a hint of this cardamom. The fresh parsley she put directly on the salad. Dang, Morgan. Okay, that's probably enough deal. Y'all, I just be doing a lot. All right, I didn't add any apple cider vinegar. So I think I'm just gonna add like 2 caps filled, because she said 3 tablespoons, but since I didn't add, I hope I didn't add a half a cup of olive oil, then I don't think I need as much apple cider vinegar, but I can always add more. Some salt to my liking, some pepper, which I use this rainbow peppercorn from Trader Joe's. Let's see what it tastes like. Okay. It's actually pretty darn good. The garlic is not really getting chopped up, so I gotta blend it some more. Guys, I'm really enjoying myself doing this journey. However, I haven't cleaned my kitchen in about 3 days, because it just seems like you see all this prep that I've chopped up and did this and do that. It just seems like, my goodness, every single second I'm making a mess in this kitchen, so I just have not been in the mood to clean up. Yeah, y'all see all that garlic, but I don't really mind. I'll eat it whole, because my poor little blender would not blend it up. Let me make sure it's evened out. And then she puts the chickpeas, all of the ingredients on top. Look, guys, isn't that beautiful? And then of course I'm going to add hummus on top after I mix. I made a balela salad, which was really good, and it tastes very Mediterranean to me as well. And the thing about the Mediterranean salad is that it's just so savory. So a lot of times when you are dieting or eating a plant-based diet or eating vegan foods or raw vegan foods, you may feel like, oh, I have this super sweet tooth and nothing will satisfy it. Or you may feel like, oh, I just need something so salty and crunchy and savory right now. And the Mediterranean salad really fulfilled that desire and craving for me. So that was awesome. I just wanted to give you guys some ideas of what to do, because one thing is, when I stumbled across Fully Raw Christina's videos, she had a video where she talks about, you know, starting out, just going raw vegan. How do you do it? And a lot of times, like, I was texting a friend and they were just like, oh, well, so what does that mean, that you just eat like a smoothie in the morning, a salad, and then something, I don't know, just something very streamlined and basic? And I was like, no, because the thing is, I think that there is a misconception that, oh, if I'm dieting or if I'm eating plant-based, then I'm not eating enough. There's not enough food to eat. Like, I can't eat a whole bunch of food and I'm never full. Where Christina taught me that you actually are doing yourself a disservice if you only pick up a banana for a snack, if you only make a smoothie for lunch, if you only get a small salad for dinner. You've got to make your meals really, really big. And the way that she explained it is the more that you eat, the more your stomach will expand to be able to actually digest the food. So instead of eating one banana, when you're craving a banana while you're doing raw vegan, you really could eat a whole bunch, because guess what? It doesn't really affect you negatively. And when you're making a salad, you don't get the little tiny salad that you paid $13 for at the salad place. You double that, you triple that. And you slowly digest all of that goodness that you make. I've even made a raw vegan rasta pasta. So another friend of mine was like, how did you do that? Like, did you just put it all in the blender? Onions and a garlic clove. It was really big, so I chopped it up into like 3 pieces. Coconut milk, sea salt. I'll probably use a little tiny bit of garlic powder and onion powder. Ain't nothing changed, baby. This jerk seasoning, this Jamaican jerk seasoning is what I use to cook. It's hot and spicy. And then I went above and beyond and bought some thyme, which was $2. So I don't know, we'll see if it was worth it. Pimiento, allspice. Oh, and of course you also need your zucchini noodles. I got these from Whole Foods. They cost like $6, $5.99. I think it's a little bit too expensive, but I do think that they're better than, you get a little bit more, and they just look better than the ones I see at Ralph's. Do you see that color? That's what we're looking for, definitely. This is what it's given, so let me taste. I have some extra jerk seasoning on this spoon, so it might be a little biased, but I want to taste it. Okay, so right now it tastes more like coconut milk, which means I need to add some more jerk seasoning. Lots more jerk seasoning because it's very flavorful. It's very good. But I'm gonna add another spoonful of jerk seasoning because when I had dipped it the first time, it already had some seasoning on it. So it needs quite a bit more, but it tastes very good. I'm feeling this. Oh, it's definitely giving creamy. Alfredo, flavorful, spicy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow, this is bomb, okay? Oh my God. Look at that. You see what I mean? About the creamy looking spiced flavor. Yeah, and I have so much. I'm gonna use all of it for sure. I had been cooking vegan rasta pasta before I did the raw vegan journey, and I would use coconut milk. I was like, I could do that with rasta pasta. And if you don't know what rasta pasta is, go look up the original rasta pasta because it's amazing and you have to try it. I made that raw vegan, so that's another thing that you could make. Those are some of the things that you can eat. Lots of smoothies. I love acai bowls. LA introduced me to acai bowls. They're amazing. If you have an acai place in your area, then try it, and try it with the acai. I'll take the honey almond. Yes, please. And then can I have 2 of those bananas? Yes. And just strawberries. Acai bowls are like a leveled up smoothie, okay? They bust. It's basically like a smoothie bowl, and you can put whatever toppings you want on it. That's amazing. You know, of course, there's so many different types of salads. So for me, I learned that I was making salads wrong all along. I don't eat salads because I feel like they're not the best in the flavor category. However, if you're not picking a cuisine first, like a type of food flavor, and then making your salad, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Because like I said, I like Southwest salads. I found out that I like Mediterranean salads. I know that I do like Greek salads. You know what I mean? Like, that's usually when you're able to enjoy a salad, is when it has a theme per se. So like a good way to get into knowing and finding out what types of themed salads you like, or what types of salad cuisines you like, is by going to actual salad places and picking their ready-made salads. I think that's a great way to find out what to make at home. Okay guys, so I came to Mendocino Farms to get myself some lunch dinner. It's almost 5 o'clock. It's like 4:30. And I haven't eaten really all day. I just had peanut butter. And I got myself a raw vegan salad. Now, if quinoa is crunchy, I think that means that it's raw. I'm not sure. It might be toasted. I don't know. But they put quinoa on it. I'm still eating it. And I also just found out today that the dressing, which really makes this salad, oh my gosh, it's so good. Chipotle dressing is vegan. And they sell it in the jar. So those are just a few suggestions for what to eat during this journey. You can eat all throughout the day. Think of it like grazing, like a cow or like other animals. I just saw something that said, like, isn't it interesting that the animals that we eat don't eat meat? You know what I mean? Even going back to eating meat after my 30 days, it just wasn't as fulfilling. Now, don't get me wrong. I love food, y'all. So if you're cooking it right, and it's very flavorful and all of that, then my phone just died. But yeah, well, like I was saying, you have to season meat in order for it to taste good. You know what I mean? And with vegetables and fruits especially, like, you don't have to put anything on it for it to taste good or for it to be fully edible. You don't have to cook it for it to be fully edible. So that just kind of lets you know like what we should be eating. But let's get straight to the points. I did absolutely no exercise for 30 days or more and only ate raw vegan and got amazing results. Like, what? Like, who thinks like, oh, I'm just gonna diet and I'm gonna, you know, have all these results and lose all this weight? Like, most people don't think like that. A lot of times you think automatically to pair, like, I'm gonna eat healthy and I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna work out this week or this month. You know what I mean? So it was just really awesome, because every other time that I fasted or I decided to eat healthy, I always paired it with physical activity. Yeah, I didn't have time, so I didn't even work out during this time period, and I lost weight. So let's get the facts. On September 15th, I weighed 185.4. And by about October 3rd, I weighed in again and I went down to 182.6. So this was before my raw vegan fast. And I think I had just gotten to a point in September where I was just like, something's got to give. I think I was doing some physical activity. I had just worked a job and where I was dancing. And I probably was kind of trying to change my eating habits. But on October 19th, a Wednesday, when I started, I weighed in, and I always weigh in on an empty stomach early in the morning after I go to the restroom. On October 19th, I weighed 181.8. By November 18th, which was 31 days, so I weighed in the day after my 30th day. That morning, I weighed 173.4. So I went from 181.8 to 173.4. So I lost 7.5 pounds in 30 days. And I know that I could have done better, because I actually went out to eat with one of my friends, and then I cooked another day with my other friend and we made pasta. The other place, we went to a Japanese restaurant, and I didn't have salads and vegetables or raw vegan. So I know that I could have lost more, but I'm so proud of myself, and I'm so surprised that like the pounds were just falling off. So since September 15th, I've lost 12 pounds. 12 pounds since September 15th. So guys, I don't have anything but really great things to say about this journey. I definitely encourage you to just change your diet in even the simplest form. Okay guys, so the sun is going down and this is the second time that my phone died. So I am gonna end this video soon, but I definitely want to encourage you guys to just make a change if you feel like it, if you feel up to it, you know. So comment down below if you are raw vegan, if you're vegan and you want to make a healthier life change, or if you decide that you want to do a week challenge to go raw vegan and you're a meat eater, or whatever the case may be. Guys, I'm imperfect completely, and I don't ever see myself being completely vegan or raw vegan because I just love several types of cuisines. However, I am making strides to live a healthier lifestyle. I'd love to be plant-based one day, which is vegan, but just with a healthier angle. And yeah, I'd love to be plant-based one day, but I'm just making the necessary strides to improve my health and to be a better person. I hope that you all have enjoyed this video. I did give you all a couple of tips, some pro tips for this lifestyle, is to prep in advance, to clean up every time that you finish so you won't get little gnats, fruit flies, and to go out and try salad places so that you can get ideas of what types of salads you want to prepare at home, or find other cafes that serve vegan or raw vegan foods. Make lots of smoothies, make lots of juices, really enjoy all of the foods that you have at your hands, and you get to save a lot of money. I hope that you guys are super inspired by my journey. I'm so happy that I have lost 12 pounds and counting, and I'm gonna continue. Even though it's the holidays, I'm gonna indulge and enjoy my family and foods and friends, especially when I go back home to Atlanta. But I'm also going to make smarter choices about what it is that I eat so that I can continue. Guys, I have seen my waist go down. I'm so excited. So if you're new here, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you'll subscribe. If you have been here, gang, then I know that you're subscribed. Hopefully you are. Like this, comment down below, tell me what you think, and I'm gonna peace out, guys. I'm so glad that I could share this journey with you all. Bye. All right, guys, I'm starting my raw vegan journey randomly on October 19th. I'm gonna try to do 30 days, and this is my weigh-in. I'm really proud of myself. 181. Wow. I'm not showing my face, but I'm back at Petco to weigh myself. This is the morning after the 3rd day of my raw vegan journey. And yeah, I just wanted to weigh myself because I wanted to encourage you guys that you might want to do a 3-day raw vegan. Just try it, because I definitely went down. And this is without exercise. I have not been exercising, and that's significant because I typically exercise. Yeah, this is just changing my eating habits, all raw fruits and vegetables, nuts. So yeah, I'm excited to do 30 days. All right, y'all, so today is 7 days into my raw vegan journey, and I went down again. October 29th, Saturday, 10 days. Okay guys, today is Wednesday, November 2nd. It's 2 weeks in, and I have to tell y'all what happened. Okay guys, this is interesting. Look at this, guys. Day 31. It's the morning after my 30th day raw vegan. And look at my weight. Let's talk about it. Jaden in the background. It's definitely a celebration. Everywhere I go. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm so freaking happy and proud of myself. You don't even understand. Oh my gosh. I think the best realization I got out of this was just the fact that I have control over my health. I have control over my weight. I have control. Like, I feel like sometimes when you're constantly working out, you know, you're trying to change your eating habits, but you don't commit to it fully. And even when you do for a week, for a month, it's like you don't really get the changes that you want. And you work really hard for it. You know what I mean? Baby, this lifestyle is probably the most control I feel like I've ever had over my life. In 3 days, in just 3 days, I was able to drop nearly 3 pounds. Like, drop weight. Like, you know how much you go to get on the scale and it's just like, dang, like I'm gaining weight. Like, you working out, you gaining weight. You know, you had a holiday, you gaining weight. You change your diet, you might lose some weight, but the next week you gain weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, to drop 3 pounds in 3 days was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. On October 19th, I weighed 181.8. Now we're 4 weeks out, 173.4 from 181.8. That's 8.4 pounds. I lost nearly 10 pounds. And guys, I cheated. I will go ahead and confess, okay? I love to eat. I like to cook. I like to try new things. I don't have any opposition to any type of food, trying something new. I like food. I like food a lot. So what we're not gonna do this holiday is gain 8 or 9 pounds back, because baby, I just lost almost 9 pounds, okay? Do you hear me? But baby, the scale don't lie, okay? I might have cheated. I might have had a girls' night dinner at a new restaurant, a swanky restaurant. But baby, if I was not true to this raw vegan journey, I would not have lost 9 pounds. I've tried that. I've tried to do it. Working out, doing this, taking dance class, running, hiking. I've tried. It has not worked, babes. On September 15th, I weighed 185 pounds. 185.4. On today, I weigh 173.4. That's 12 pounds. 12 pounds. 12 pounds. We are losing the COVID-20. Straight up. Today is November 18th. I weigh 173.4. I am so proud. I am so proud. I'm super duper excited to share with you guys my journey. But yeah, I weigh 173.4. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And I'm just happy to continue. Bye. Time to work.